The Battle of Antietam was one of the deadliest days in American history, as well as resulting in Abraham Lincoln releasing the Emancipation Proclamation. After the Confederate victory at Second Bull Run, General Robert E. Lee, who was in command of the Confederate Army of Northern Virginia, decides to invade the North. As the rebels move forward, Lee divides his army into two groups. One of these, under General Thomas Stonewall Jackson, moves to capture Harper's Ferry, an arsenal with a small Union garrison. During this time, the Confederate Army is vulnerable to attack. General George B. McClellan, who is in command of the Union Army of the Potomac, moves to intercept the Confederate Army. McClellan then receives a paper, found in a former Confederate camp, that contains General Lee's marching orders. The Union Army moves to destroy the rebels, but Lee then finds out from a spy that McClellan has a copy of his orders, and so he makes moves to protect his army. Lee plans to retreat back to Virginia, but when he hears that Jackson has taken nearby Harper's Ferry, he instead plans to fight. He then sends a part of his army to Turner's Gap and Fox's Gap, and the rest to Crampton's Gap to slow down the Union Army. The Union troops arrive, and soon a fight breaks out. After a stiff fight, the Union troops take the field, and the Confederate Army retreats to the town of Sharpsburg, Maryland. The exultant Union Army pursues. On September 15 and 16, the Union Army arrives on the east side of Antietam Creek. During this time, General Lee possesses no more than 18,000 men, while the Union Army has more than 40,000. But McClellan spends the 16th going over battle plans. Consequently, Lee would have almost his entire army in position by the next day. McClellan's battle plan is in 3 stages. The first is an attack on the Confederates' left flank with 2 corps, General Hooker's 1st Corps and Mansfield's 12th Corps. The second stage is an attack on the rebels' center with General Sumner's 2nd Corps. The third and final attack had a diversionary role by the 9th Corps under General Burnside. This attack would be on the Confederates' right. Right before dawn, the attack begins.
Ready. Aim. Fire. Turn. Aim. Fire. Reload. Aim. Fire. Turn. Reload.
Ready? Aim. Fire. Reload. Fire at will.
Shoulder comes to shoulder. Ready? Aim. Fire. Reload. Fire at will.
Okay, soldier?
Aim. Fire.
As the Union soldiers move forward, the Confederates are pushed back. When Lee sees the advancing Unions, he sends in General Hood's division, who begin to drive the Union soldiers back. As the Confederates attack, the 1st Texas moves ahead of the main line. It comes under fire from the front and flanks, losing 186 out of 226 men in 20 minutes, a casualty rate of 82.3%, the highest of any regiment in the entire war. By this time, Mansfield's 5th Corps attacks, but Confederates, having pushed the Union 1st Corps back, now can focus on this new threat.
Reload, fire out well.
As Mansfield's attack comes to a halt, McClellan sends General Sumner's 2nd Corps at the Confederate center. Although when Sumner moves forward, his corps gets divided and one of his divisions goes missing. This division, under General Sedgwick, moves towards the dying fight in front of Mansfield's position and is soon pushed back. Meanwhile, Sumner's other 2 divisions are advancing towards the rebels' center. Little do they know that the Confederates are in a sunken road and are waiting for them.
Halt! Ready! Ready and fire! Aim! Fire!
Soon, but with great loss, the Union troops take the sunken road that will soon be known as Bloody Lane. They now begin to attack deeper into the rebels' rear. There is very little resistance, but soon rebel artillery sends the Union troops back. By this time, Lee has scraped enough men together to launch a counterattack. That does little, but it keeps the Union 2nd Corps in Bloody Lane. At 1 p.m., the fight ends on this front. Unfortunately for the Union Army, Burnside was late to start his diversion, and thus did not attack until 10 a.m., so the diversion was too late to give aid to the main attack. Despite this, Burnside spent the next 3 hours attacking across the southern bridge, soon to be known as Burnside's Bridge. The only Confederates in front of Burnside is a brigade of 3,000 men under General Toombs. Toombs held his men in position until a Union brigade manages to cross the bridge, and more Union troops cross at a ford to the south. Now Burnside is able to attack towards Sharpsburg.
shoulder.
Burnside moves forward slowly, but he is still pushing the rebels back. It looks bleak for the Confederates as the Union Ninth Corps moves forward. But then a column of men appear to the west. The men are Confederate. They are from General A.P. Hill's division, just in time to stop the Union advance. Hill's men stream forward, and the Union troops turn and run back to Antietam Creek.
Ready. Aim. Fire. Turn. John! Yeah!
After Burnside's men retreat, McClellan orders a stopping of the fight. He is astonished by the horrific amount of bloodshedding and is afraid to continue the attacks. Lee, on the other hand, is not afraid. He even considers an attack of his own, but soon gives up the idea. The next day sees little action, even though McClellan could likely have ended the war that day. But on the 19th, Lee retreats back into Virginia. Abraham Lincoln orders McClellan to pursue Lee, but McClellan complains that his horses are too tired. Lincoln then visits McClellan at the battlefield and relieves him of command. When Lincoln returns to Washington, D.C., he issues the Emancipation Proclamation, which frees all slaves in the rebellious states. Battle of Antietam. Dead, Union, 2,100. Confederate, 1,600. Wounded, captured, and missing, Union, 10,200. Confederate, 8,800. Total, Union, 12,300. Confederate, 11,400.